Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another book review. As you can see, I will be reviewing Dark Joy by Christine Feehan, a Carpathian novel. I personally know the series as the Dark series. I started the series, oh my god, like 20 plus years ago? Has it been that long? I, it's been a while. So, anyway, this is book 39, and I will say this. If you've never read a dark or Carpathian novel, it is best, honestly, to read from a certain point. If you want to start all the way with Dark Prince, you can. If you want to start at, I don't even know. They can be read alone, but honestly, in my opinion, and I wouldn't have never said this before, I think you should start at the beginning. There's 39 novels. There's some like short stories to it, but have been someone who's read this series for a long time, and I've reread them, I have listened to them, you will miss things if you don't start from the beginning. And I will say this, the beginning is more the romance stuff. Once it gets to like dark celebration, dark possession, it kind of hits a certain point where it kind of pivots and the story takes an interesting turn. Because a lot of times it does get repetitive, I know that. But anyway, so now that I've babbled enough, let's read the inside. It says, the destinies of the ancient warrior and a reluctant shifter entwined in a riveting novel. Okay. Sarka Silva has come to Peru's rainforest to learn about her family's history and her own capability as a jaguar shapeshifter. What she finds is a dangerous world out of her nightmares where jungle shifters and ravenous vampires vie for dominance, and a gorgeous lethal predator is waiting to claim her as his own. Thomas cannot say the last name, and his brothers have hunted vampires for centuries. As some of the oldest Carpathians, they are accustomed to seeing the world in unfeeling gray. So Tomas is ill-prepared for emotions that rise like a tidal wave when he hears her voice. As his worlds burst into color, he knows he has finally found his life mate, a woman he is compelled to protect, whether she likes it or not. Destined Despite an attraction to Tomas that defies logic, Sharka has no interest in being bound to anyone. But as the ancient enemy gathers power in the darkness, Carpathians and their life mates from around the world must come together to fight back. And Tomas and Thomas' bond could be the one thing that will save them from total destruction. Okay, so that's the book. Now, let me tell you something. I think this cover is beautiful. And of course, I got this from my local library. If you've been here a while, you know I love my local libraries. But even look at the back. She's got things on the back, little jaguar. So, basically, it's the same old Carpathian. They find a life mate. Because her Carpathians, males, they lose color. They lose their emotions. Once they hear the life mate's voice or somehow their emotions and colors combine. This book is a little interesting because it kind of goes more into the jaguar shapeshifter. At least that's what I feel. You learn a little bit more about the jaguars. And you realize that there's 3 royal bloodlines, which is Luis. He's been in the Carpathians books before. He was a jaguar shifter who got converted to a Carpathian man. I believe that happened in Dark Blood. I can't remember. And then the Jabal, he is a jaguar shapeshifter. He's been in the book since Dark Descent, peppering here and there. And then Solange, who they call the princess, she's been in books since Dark Hunger? No, when I say be in the books, they're peppered in and out. Anyway, so you learn more about some of the jaguar society, I would say a little bit. Not too much, though. It still has the basic premise of the Dark series, and I don't even know if I'm explaining this right. With, the life mate, the struggles they take, the push to pull, the yin and yang. But you also get more, like I said, of the And I've always been interested in the Jaguars because in Dark Possession, I remember Manuelito took his life mate to a cave, and on the wall they had depictions of the Jaguar Society, which completely is different from what the society is now. You gotta remember that. And also, I'm not gonna give too much away because if I talk too much, I'm like kind of hesitant because I would just want to give everybody this book. You learn something else that I did not even see coming. And if you're reading this and you don't pay attention, you're going to miss it. Because I was like, wait a minute, let's back up. Did I just reread that sentence correctly? But I call her Char. She is a powerful Jaguar shapeshifter, powerful psychic. She has lived many lives before. So she has memories of a very despicable Carpathian. And in those memories, you discover that she knows where a weapon is, a piece of a weapon that can supposedly, when I say supposedly, destroy the prince, who is Mikhail Dobrynski, destroy him. Because people think that because his one brother had a sickness, that his whole family line is crazy. And I'm like, you're taking advice from people who turn vampire because they want to destroy somebody. This is not going to work out. But, so this book was really interesting. I see why people were upset about it, though, because the way it ended. But you got to realize, Tomas is a triplet. So his story is going to continue with his other two brothers. So you had to be prepared for that. So if you are a person who kind of likes a clear-cut ending, I would say maybe wait till the next book. If you can't wait, know this book is not going to be the ending that you want. It's not. It wasn't the ending that I want, but I was prepared for it. Okay, I have completely babbled enough. Sorry if this review doesn't make sense. I had to get it out somewhere. All right, guys, share this out. I hope everyone has a good morning, afternoon, evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye.